Hey everybody, so we're going to do a quick little video about the 5E, which has also been expanded into the 7E cycle. Now I know that was actually one of your assignments for your readings, but just going to talk a little bit about it to help kind of reinforce some ideas with it. So you can see that the 5E has 5 things all starting with the letter E: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Well, with the 7E cycle, what happens is before you engage them, you actually elicit information from them. So that's one of the E's for the expansion. And then if you notice at the end is the extension. So after you evaluate your students, where does this go into and how do you go further with it? So elicit is we're looking at what do you already know. So students come into your class with a bulk of knowledge. So what is that knowledge about your particular topic? Now how you do this is through either discussions, KWL chart, pre-quizzes, entry tests, whatever. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. Engage is your hook. How do you get them interested in what it is that you're going to be doing? So your goal is to spark their interest and spark their involvement in wanting to do the actual project. So how do I get you to buy into it? The exploration is typically the hands-on part. That's your experiment. What is it that you're going to have your students doing themselves in order to investigate this particular phenomenon? Explain is the analysis. So once you're done with it, what is it that you just went over? So have them explain what it was that they were going to be doing. Now the elaboration is where you as a teacher, we want to make sure we're all kind of on the same page. So how is it that what they were saying is it correct? Is there anything that needs to be expanded upon or anything of that nature? So we're looking at that deeper knowledge. We're looking at that fundamental understanding to make sure that we're all on the same page. Before moving forward, evaluation, that's your assessment. How do we know that the students know what it is we wanted them to learn? Do they actually learn the material? Do they know it? Or do we need to go back and reteach it because we know that's the other reason we can use our assessments? And finally, the extension is we learn about it in this particular context, but a lot of things in science typically don't have just that one context that it's applicable to, but rather it's applicable to many others. So in this situation, what we're going to do is you see here, so a quick lesson on light. Now, a lot of this is already going to be in the other videos in the worksheet, so you can see here, you can kind of refer back to this one if you want. So elicit, how do we see this, engage, Yeti, turn out the light, explore. All of these are going to be in the videos you're going to be looking at. So as you're watching them, I want you to think about them into that 7E cycle, okay? And then also think about, once you go through all of those different videos, come back and think about it. We're just going to look at the first one to do a comparison and contrast of IO, which is what we talked about, remember, with the forces and the Newton's laws and what we've been doing in class with the 5E cycle or the 7E cycle. Just do a kind of comparison there. Then you're also going to wrap it up with some lenses with Jello. And I'm also going to do some stuff with colors. So we're going to kind of wrap up in terms of some extensions. And with terms of things flipping around, there's one really neat website I'm going to show you as to how we can do an extension with that as well. So I hope you're all doing well, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you write on this. Talk to you soon.